how can we change things to help the students rather than continuing to do the same thing. So in making these intervention decisions, and we didn't go a lot into using the data in this particular workshop, but obviously to make these decisions, we do have to know the students' strengths and weaknesses, areas that they're struggling with. And so having an assessment system and a data system is important. And that includes both formal and informal information I get just from teaching you and what I see in the classroom, as well as, of course, actual assessments. So this is Amy. And this is her oral reading fluency. And this is her oral reading fluency at the beginning of 2nd grade, okay? And I'm forgetting the fall benchmark for 2nd grade, but the end of school year benchmark is 90 words per minute. You can see that out here as the goal. I can tell you it's not as low as 10 at the beginning of 2nd grade. I think it's somewhere around 60, 70, yeah. So she's very, very low to be starting at that level. Now, this is reading 2nd grade text. Of course, if we asked her to read 1st grade level text, her scores might be slightly different. But in terms of the text, so a lot of things could be going on here. Vocabulary, decoding, irregular words, comprehension. Oral reading fluency is obviously a broad measure. So some of the initial decisions that were made, and it is unfortunate, though true, that these decisions weren't made for a couple of months of not much improvement going on. Don't do that. But nevertheless, she'd been getting this intervention. So she scored low, they put her in an intervention. And it was a multi-component intervention. It was fairly standardized and essentially aligned with the core, but not just aligned, it was very much reteaching the core, so to speak. And so after seeing this level of, or lack of, improvement, some of the things that were considered, and these were considered through both formal and informal measures, so I'll try and point out some of the informal information. Bullet number 1 was actually related to informal information, and that was to include in the intervention providing practice reading regular and irregular words mixed up prior to the application into the text. Informally, what was noticed is that when the intervention was going on, she did very well. So it was very standardized. It had letter sounds, and then regular words, and then we did irregular words, and then moving on from there. And in the aspect of instruction, where, for example, regular word instruction was going on, it was not only very accurate, but pretty fluent. And same thing when the irregular word instruction was going on. And yet when the text was in front of her, that wasn't happening at all. It was all of a sudden very disfluent, even with words that just 5 minutes ago, she had done quite quickly. And so informally, one of the observations was that when you have text, nobody tells you whether it's a regular or an irregular word. Yet in the instruction, when it was split like that, it was, okay, these are the words you sound out. Okay, she knew she had to sound them out. She was real good, Okay, these are the words that we have just, we have to remember and keep practicing. They only have some sounds that work. She was real good. Okay, here they are all mixed together. You decide whether you need to sound them out or know them just off the top of your head. And it didn't go quite as well.